Hello friends. So this is probably going to be shaky because I have to hold the camera the whole time and that's not super fun. But I'm at the airport. You can see behind me outside. Not a glorious view by any means, but fun. So today I want to talk about something that we have talked about before on this channel, but it's been a while and I'm actually flying today, so I thought, why not do this video? Since I'm at the airport, I thought that was funny. So I do have some notes. Here we go. Already, it's very shaky. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to figure out a good position. And I'm going to look at the right place. Okay. So I have some notes here. This is just like stuff that I think about and things that I know, but I'm hoping that people can chime in if they think of things that they want to add to it. If you are a fat person and you fly and you have tips for people, please comment. Share the information, because I think sometimes we think that people know stuff and like it's common knowledge, but it's not common knowledge. So I'm gonna zoom through these because I have to hold this phone up and it kind of sucks. It's an arm workout. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is airlines. So I'm mostly, like, if I can help it, I only fly Southwest because Southwest currently has the best customer of size policy. If you don't fly often or you don't follow this stuff a lot, you may not know that there are customer of size policies that exist. Every airline pretty much has one. Not all of them have them published like on their website, but it is a thing now that most of them do have. So basically, if you are a fat person, the best customer of size policy comes from Southwest Airlines, which is great because Southwest flies to a lot of places, but is not great because there are lots of places that Southwest doesn't fly to. And so if you live where Southwest doesn't fly, or you want to go where Southwest doesn't fly, it kind of sucks. So their customer, so I can only, right now I'm only going to talk about the Southwest policy because I know that one very well. I use it all the time. And that is basically that you can purchase a second seat if you think that you need one, and get a refund after your flight. And so that's a great option. If you have the money to purchase that second seat ahead of time, do that, because then you know guaranteed that second seat is there for you, no problem. You can also, when you check in, and I'll talk about this more later, but get a pre-board so you can get on the plane before most people, so that you can be sure and claim that second seat. Because Southwest has open seating, you know, you just, it's like a fucking, sorry for cursing, it's a free-for-all. Okay, so the other option, if you, like me, can't afford to just purchase that second seat outright, is to show up on the early side, which I'll talk more about, and request a second seat when you check in. And most of the time, I won't say all the time, they will give you a second seat and a pre-board, and so you'll be covered most of the time. So there is a chance that they'll say, I'm sorry, the flight is fully booked. There's no room for, you know, to add a second seat for you. But what they will do is add you to the next flight where there is an open seat. So that might be the next flight out. It might not be the next flight out. So you're kind of gambling when you do that way, which sucks, because if you're like me and you don't have the money to just purchase that second seat, you are gambling every time you fly. So that's why I say, if you have the money, if you can afford to buy that second seat in the first place, it's really the best way to do it. So let's see. Next thing on my list is seatbelt extenders. I think most people know seatbelt extenders exist, and seatbelts are different sizes on every plane. Even on Southwest planes, the seatbelts will be different lengths, and you know, maybe a seatbelt gets repaired, and so they hack off a piece of it, and they don't add any more length. They just, now it's the seatbelt shorter. So if you get on a plane and it's like, oh, well, maybe the seatbelt fit on the way there and on the way back it doesn't fit, it's because the seatbelts are all different lengths. So you have every right to ask for a seatbelt extender. And if you are nervous about doing so, and you don't want to like get to your seat and then ring the call button and have to ask in front of other people, when you walk onto the plane, right in the beginning, before you even get onto the aisle to sit down, there's always a flight attendant standing there. Just ask them really quickly, hey, can I get a seatbelt extender, please? And often they'll have them right there waiting because they know that people are going to ask. And if they don't have it right there, then they'll just bring it to you. You don't have to ring the bell or call attention to anything. And there is no shame in needing a seatbelt extender. Our bodies are shaped very differently. Even people that are much smaller than me sometimes need an extender just because of the shape of their body and the way that their weight lays on them when they sit down. So there's nothing wrong with having a seatbelt extender. It means that you're safe. It means that you are protected in case something happens. If you pay for your ticket, you deserve your seatbelt extender. If you don't want to have to ask for it, you can purchase seatbelt extenders online. I think Amazon has them. But Southwest, you need a little adapter thingy, which I think you can also get. But honestly, like, I've had flight attendants just tell me, just take one. Take one so that you have one. So I currently have two. I don't know why I have two. I need to just bring one back one day or give it to someone. So yeah, so often I think maybe the flight attendants are like, yeah, just take an extender, it's fine. They have a lot of them. Their company can afford to give you one. Or if you don't want to ask, just take it. I mean, I don't know if that, I mean, that's stealing, I guess, but I'm okay with it in this circumstance. Like, the amount of trauma that we deal with as fat people trying to fly, I'm okay. I think we deserve a seatbelt extender. Okay, we've got comments. So Krista, so you can fly without paying for 2 seats. Yes, if there's room, they'll give you a second seat for free. For your safety, for other people's safety, for everyone's comfort, yes. Hey Kim, Southwest is so good about the seatbelts and being discreet, never had a bad time. Yeah, I've never had a problem. I've never had a flight attendant like be like grumpy with me or rude to me about needing a seatbelt extender. Kristen says, I travel a lot for work. Flight attendants are usually very discreet about seatbelt extenders. Never had a bad experience. Yes, good. I'm so glad. I remember when I was younger and I was just kind of just starting to travel a lot, and I would be so nervous to ask for an extender. And that was back before Southwest had this good customer service policy, and I was also nervous about being kicked off the flight. And I'm laughing now, but it was not funny. Not funny then. So yeah, great. Seatbelt extenders. What else? Okay, early boarding. So if you request a second seat, or if you buy a second seat, when you check in, they will give you early boarding. And if they don't automatically, which I've never had somebody not do, you can just say, hey, can I early board? Even if you're not checking a bag, go up to the line where they have the check-in and talk to the person. And that's really important. I think very crucial for me was learning that I used to like never check a bag, and so I would just skip that first part. I would like check in online, print out my thing, or have it on my phone. I would like totally skip that front section when you first get to the airport. I think it's really crucial not to skip that, to go up to the front, you know, the line with all the people and the ticketing agents. Even if you've already, even if you're not going to check a bag or whatever, go there, because they can do it at the beginning. They can give you the second seat, or they can give you pre-boarding. If you wait and go to the gate right before you board, you've got all that time where other people can get in there and get those second seats, or they can sell extra seats or whatever. They'll run out of space for you. So I would tell you, number one, well, this is also on the list, but to get there early, go early, earlier than you need to go, and go to the ticketing agent in the beginning, whether you're checking a bag or not, because you want to be like one of the first people, if not the first person, to request that second seat. I am like even nervous to say this out loud, but I'm like, there's no wood to knock on. I've never requested a second seat and not gotten it, but I always get there early because I don't want to miss my flight. I don't want to sit around the airport for like, you know, whatever, 3, 4, 5 extra hours because I have to wait for another flight. So I guess let's talk about getting there early. There are numerous reasons to get there early. One is what I was just talking about, so that you can go to the ticketing agent. You want to be like the first person to ask for that second seat. And two, another big reason is that once you get through, so whether you check a bag or not, once you get through security, like where I am now, I'm in a random like empty gate. There's just a few other people around. It gives you time to calm down because you are likely experiencing anxiety about flying, and you've gotten through the first hurdle, you've gotten through the ticketing area. Maybe you're like me currently, I got my second seat, I got my pre-board, but I still have to like get on the plane because I kind of never relax until I'm on the plane in my 2 seats because something could still happen. And as a person, a customer of size, I know that that's a reality for me. And as a person on the larger end of fatness, I am very visible. I know that anything could happen. I just heard from somebody in the Facebook group this week about them traveling and having a problem. And I mean, it happens even at the gate. Even if you've done all these other things, stuff can still happen. Okay, there's a comment. Let's see. Kim, being kicked off is a terror for you. Yeah, it's terrifying because it's embarrassing. It's unjust. It's shitty. It feels really bad. You're trying to get somewhere. Maybe you really need to be there. It's not great, and it's something that straight-sized people don't have to think about. They can just show up at the airport and chill out and have fun and be like, all right, ready to go. They don't have to think about all these things. Yeah, and being judged, exactly. Sorry, y'all, I need to find a cough drop. My low-level cough is kicking in. And so that leads me to, once you're through security and through everything, you're there early. So what do you do? I mean, of course you can eat, or you can read your book, or... Sorry, hold on. I only have one hand because I'm holding my phone. Here's a comment. Krista, this is such big news. You wanted to go visit your Houston Austin friend. Yeah, fly Southwest. Get your 2 seats, girl. Come visit your friends. If you come to Houston, come to my yoga class. Okay, so once you're there, things that you can do to kind of help your mental health and help your experience. I like to tell people to remember to breathe. Like, if you can find, like me, like this empty, like there's hardly anyone in this section. I'm pretty isolated. I didn't want to make this video like sitting directly next to somebody. It gives you a little space. Sit down, chill out, calm down. I had to like cool down because I was hot. Do some breathing. The more air you can bring in, the more oxygen you can bring in, the more you'll calm down. Because you deserve to enjoy your experience. So I'm reading the comments. Rebecca, you can only reserve the second seat if you're paying for it. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I might have to stop. To get that second seat, you'll want to come in early to the ticketing agent. Oh my gosh. Okay, I hope this cough drop works because this is not fun. So once you get through, if you are somebody who is interested in meditation, you can do that. Even just listening to a guided meditation. I have some free ones on YouTube you can listen to. There's tons of free ones on YouTube. Anything you can do to calm yourself. You might journal if you have a little notebook. You might listen to a podcast. Just anything to kind of like ground yourself in the present. Like once you're through security, okay, I'm here. Ease into it. And then, you know, if you're like me, because you can't fully relax because you're not on the plane yet, anything you can do to calm yourself is really good. So whatever is soothing to you, if you can do that, that's really good. Especially if you can find a place where there are less people around, like I did. Have a little space around you. Let's see. Okay, so the last two things are... Number one, the second to last thing is just a reminder that you deserve to be there. You paid your money. You are a human being, and human beings have the right to fly. Airlines technically work for us. We're the customer. The customer should be right. But the way that our culture has kind of like interacted with airlines has been like, you know, they're in charge. We owe them. We're, you know, we're like children basically. Anyway, so I like to remind myself that I deserve to be here, that my money is the same as a thin person's money, that my rights are the same as a thin person's rights. And I just kind of like repeat that to myself if I start feeling any kind of way. And then the last thing is just that if something happens, try to be cool, try to be chill, try not to escalate, be kind to the attendants, to the staff. As much as you want to get pissed or you want to be like whatever about things, it doesn't help. Escalating is not going to help your situation. You want people to like you in this circumstance, and that sucks. Even if you're right, this is the situation. Like, you need them to help you, so you need to like stay reasonably calm. And also afterwards, report that. Tweet about it, Instagram about it, tag the airline, do whatever you can, call attention to it. Because when people call attention, stuff happens. They get apologies, they get refunds, they get, some kind of action. When you don't call attention to it, it just allows it to continue happening. The more that people call attention to these things when they happen, as difficult of a process that is, like if you've experienced a trauma, then having to further do things on top of any advocating you've already done for yourself and any trauma you've experienced, it's hard. But the more that we can do that, the better, because then people start to notice. People that didn't notice before start to notice. And then a note that I have, if you are a straight-sized person, a thin person, or a small fat, even a mid-fat traveling with somebody who's larger than you, please pay attention to their experience. Please advocate for them. Please interfere when you can. It is exhausting. And I still have a lot of privilege because I'm, while I'm on the larger end of like mainstream plus, I'm the smaller end of like the rest of the plus. So if you see somebody, even if you're not traveling with them, anything that you can do to support a fat person when they're flying, especially larger fats, is not only nice and kind, but it is, first of all, a radical act. That's activism right there, but it is so needed because it's so rare. So just remember that. If you see a fat person coming towards you down the aisle in an airplane, smile at them. Even that little thing, even just smiling at a fat person in an airport could go a long way. Whether or not they're on the plane with you or not, smile at a fat person. Be kind to them. So I wanted to address, so I'm wearing this to the airport, which is loud and gets a lot of notice. When I was less secure in my traveling as a fat person, I would wear clothes that blended in. So if you are really, really concerned about stuff, you could dress like in very like, I don't know, bland basics. You could not call attention to yourself. If you're fat, people are going to look at you anyway, but if you're nervous about it, just wear jeans and a t-shirt. Nothing loud, nothing crazy. At this point, I'm kind of like over it. I wear whatever I want to wear. I want to be comfortable, and I like colors and everything, but it's just a note. If that helps you, listen, this is such a traumatic experience for so many people. If that helps you, do it. If something helps you, do it. I don't care what it is. All right, some comments. Let's see. Yeah, Krista, come to my yoga class. Hi, Julie. Aw, Kim, that's so nice. Let's see. Krista, yeah, everyone else is going to have the don't sit next to me look. So if you smile at a fat person, oh my God, it would change the experience dramatically. All right, y'all, I'm going to wrap this up because I'm coughing and my arms are tired from holding my phone up. But if anybody has anything that they would like to add to what I talked about, or has experience with other airlines that they want to talk about, once I end this, you'll be able to comment on it like a regular video, so please do so. And yeah, I will sit here and try to chill out and wait for my flight and hope that nothing goes wrong. And I'll see y'all next time.